My name is Juliana Sweet, and I am presenting the Gateway Arch. This national monument is located in downtown St. Louis, Missouri, on the bank of the Mississippi River. Informally known just as the Arch to locals, the monument was designed by Eero Saarinen, a remarkable Finnish architect after winning a contest in the 1940s. The history of the Gateway Arch is an interesting story. The city of St. Louis decided to hold a nationwide design contest for a new monument in 1948. This monument was meant to honor the achievements of Thomas Jefferson in his role of the Louisiana Purchase as well as the Lewis and Clark expeditions. A Finnish-born American named Eero Saarinen created the plans using a mathematical equation for the arch as we know it today. Construction started in 1963. Consisting of steel and concrete, the 630-foot arch was completed in 1965, 2 years after the commencement. In total, the construction of the arch costed just under $15 million. It remains the tallest man-made monument since its construction. The Gateway Arch stands above ground at 630 feet at its tallest point, towering over the city of St. Louis and the Mississippi River. The structure is gray in color and has reflective properties about it. It was constructed out of steel and concrete. In simplest terms, its silhouette resembles a curved line connected at the ground. Both bases appear to be large equilateral triangles that continually become smaller as it approaches the peak. The bases are 54 feet on each side, and the top section is only 17 feet each side. From the outer portion of the north leg to the south leg, it equals 630 feet, which is the same as the height. The Gateway Arch is perfectly symmetrical, which creates balance. And at the top of the Gateway Arch, there are small rectangular windows that are available to people who are inside at the top. I believe you can analyze the Gateway Arch using the biographical way. Although biographical likes to look at the artist's life, in the case of the arch, it is most important that we look at the physical history of the structure. The Gateway Arch has deeper purpose rather than being aesthetically pleasing. The artist definitely takes a back seat in the stylization of this piece. It would be nearly impossible to know who created the arch without being told. The arch was only ever possible by the land being set aside for a monument. Without this, there would be no arch. It has a purpose of informing people of today and the future about influential and important historical events. The arch is physically not very significant without its deeper meaning. To understand what the Gateway Arch is and its importance, you have to know the historical background, which is why I believe to analyze the arch, you need to do it biographically about the piece itself. I believe that Eero Saarinen's Gateway Arch is a good example of the mid-century modern art. Mid-century modern art has a key focus on the minimalist aesthetic, which can be seen easily with the arch. The arch is not ornately decorated, it is simply a stainless steel arch. It is a very simple piece of architecture. Next, mid-century modern art has a focus on geometric shapes and patterns. Everything about the arch is very mathematical and geometric. The bases being equilateral triangles and careful calculations of the arch proved that the arch meets this requirement. Furthermore, I believe that the Gateway Arch could be classified as a minimalist piece. Minimalism is about taking away the artist out of the work completely, which is evident in the arch. Without being told, there is no way to find out who the artist is just by looking at the features. The features of a mid-century modern and minimalism is a rebellion against the traditional themes of artwork. Minimalism rebels against the idea that work must be stylized and personalized by the artist to make the piece recognizable. Mid-century modern rebels against the complexity of art that once ruled. As a native St. Louisan, the Gateway Arch has always had its place in my heart. It stands as a symbol to our city and represents pride in being from St. Louis. People from all over the United States can recognize St. Louis due to the Gateway Arch, and it seems that every year, no matter what, my family always goes to the arch to visit. It never fails to be breathtaking when seen in person. Besides being a great symbol of my hometown, I chose this monument because of its rich history and great historical events it commemorates. It is a unique piece of architecture that is simple, yet aesthetically pleasing and symbolizes so much. Overall, the Gateway Arch is a historically important, beautiful, and great symbol of the city of St. Louis.